Hi Mayans, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time watching, I'm Blvd Maia, and I talk about everything in my transgender lesbian life that you would really like to know about but are afraid to ask. Because greater understanding makes the world a better place for all of us. With me today is Jay. He's nice to look at, right? Wouldn't you say so, Ray? His girlfriend is over there. She may have a few things to contribute, I suspect.
Oh boy.
She's already requested that Jay take his shirt off.
I'm not a piece of meat.
No, but you have had some developments since you got on testosterone. Let's put it that way. People would like to see. For those of you who've seen me wearing this t-shirt in the past and wonder where I've gotten it, Jay also has his own enterprise, and that is...
I'd rather be naked.
So Jay, let's talk about your history with testosterone.
In order to get testosterone, I had to get a letter. I had to go to a gender therapist, and her name is Heather. She's amazing. She's actually who I'm going through to start my bottom surgery process too.
You're getting bottom surgery?
I am.
We'll talk about that in a second.
I met with her a few times, told her about my gender dysphoria, how I know that I am a male and very uncomfortable with life, very uncomfortable with the way I'm being perceived in life. I got my letter and then I found a doctor, and my doctor prescribed me testosterone. Everything changed from then on out.
That is in what kind of form?
It is in a liquid form. Once a week I stab myself in the leg with an intramuscular needle so I can have more testosterone in my body.
I used to do the same thing actually in the beginning of my transition.
Did you like the needle? Because the needle's not fun.
I hated the needle. It was so thick that it had to be like, you could see the blunt edge that was cut into it. 22 gauge, 23 gauge.
That's what I use. Yep. I know testosterone is very thick. Is the estrogen very thick as well?
Yeah, well they pack it in an oil and it takes a while to even pull it into the syringe itself. So you have that first shot, and I assume you're very happy that day.
So happy. I made a video about it on my Snapchat.
Oh.
Almost crying because I was like, this is the bag. Calm down, but I can't calm down. It's right here.
There have been some pretty radical changes.
I'd say so.
Hormones affect more than just your physically developing body. I know some of the first effects that I had were mental. It's like my brain had been expecting like diesel fuel my entire life, and I'd been giving it regular unleaded. Everything just seemed to align. It's kind of hard to describe unless you go through that experience.
That's exactly how it felt. I did notice, and this is normal, that when you start testosterone, your attention span changes. I have a sharper temper. I'm not like angry, but there are certain things that do kind of set me off a little quicker than they used to, but I think that just takes time of getting used to that feeling and then adjusting. It's not like I'm roid raging all the time.
Hulk
like,
smash!
I will break it, everything, smash, smash.
Wouldn't it be funny if we find out that the Hulk is actually a trans guy? It wasn't gamma radiation, it was testosterone.
That's right, that's right. I hate to say it this way, but I cry a lot less.
I've heard that testosterone is actually an emotion suppressor.
I would agree with that. Like, I still get depressed, I still get happy, but like it's a lot, I'm a lot more consistent with my emotions.
What were some of the first physical effects you started noticing?
I had more energy, I worked out more, and I felt like my body fat was kind of changing where it was sitting. I gained a little more muscle. I'd like to tell you my voice deepened right off the bat, but it did not. It took probably about 6 months for it to fully like drop. My jaw got a little wider, my shoulders broadened, and it felt like my hips got thinner. It used to be like, my hips are literally, I'm in so much pain because I could feel them changing.
There's some discomfort to these changes.
Yes.
When your breasts grow in, it hurts. Where else did you notice anything?
My general body felt weird. That's a very broad way to say that, but I felt very uncomfortable. I don't know if I got taller, but I definitely, since transitioning, I gained 2 inches. My back hurt all the time, so that was a little weird. It still kind of hurts sometimes.
Did your shoe size change?
I've always had giant feet, and I don't believe they did.
What size are you in men's?
11.
Oh wow, yeah, that's good size. Big feet mean big shoes.
That's right, big socks. My hands got bigger. They used to be a little smaller. They're not that big of hands. I remember.
Put up your hand, let me see your hand.
Let's
Let's pretend we know what we're doing. Okay. Every trans guy I know tries at least to grow facial hair. That's like a big deal and a big marker.
Yes, it makes you feel so much better.
When did you start noticing the facial hair growing in?
3 years. As you can see, it's still not really anything. I think it really just depends on your genetics. If you have darker hair, it's gonna be easier. Like, your peach fuzz is darker. It's gonna look more filled in. The men in your family have more facial hair, and they got facial hair earlier in their life, then good chances are you're gonna gain facial hair quicker.
You're not hairy hairy people.
Well, we're hairy,
Right.
but we're not hairy.
Hairy. Is that
It's
true,
happening.
right? Is Jay hairy everywhere?
Got a really hairy belly button.
We'll get there in a minute. I actually grew a beard for quite a long time in my life. It was always very scraggly. It's good to know that it actually took as long as 3 years for you to notice
Yep.
anything.
Gotta be patient. I have a friend who's been on testosterone only 2 years, and he's got this full-blown beard and this badass mustache, and I'm just like, why?
And you're like, that's awesome.
That's nice.
Buddy.
Damn
it. Puberty is not just a year long. It actually goes on for years. Did you actually track your vocal changes? Like, I know some trans guys do that.
It was really hard for me to listen to my old voice.
I don't think you need to worry about that anymore. I'm gonna guess that you're probably gendered as male, like in drive-thrus and things like that most
Always.
of the time.
Only.
But one thing you didn't notice is a change in your sexual orientation. You were attracted to women before,
Yes.
and you're still attracted to women.
100%.
Funny enough, me too. So we're gonna bring Ray on. She's also gonna help us show off some of your muscular effects because we're not above cheap sexual thrill on our channel. You have been dating, from what I understand, since about June? And how has that been like for you?
Normal. I mean, I don't feel like anything's really different from dating a cisgendered male. You treat me a heck of a lot better than any guy I've ever dated. A breath of fresh air for sure. I would always like give him like little like flirty innuendos and everything where I'm just like, hey, thinking of you, like,
Right.
you know, things like that. I'd bring him like little treats to work and everything just to let him know that I'm still around. He was just like
Deflecting it back.
all of this
I was like,
space.
nope, no.
Okay,
And-
can I do something?
Yeah.
Idiot!
Well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like gave him like another pack of Gushers and he was like,
Gushers.
Gushers.
That kind of speaks for itself.
And then he was just like, so I've been thinking about you today. And I'm just like, oh? And he was like, yeah. He's like, do you want to like hang out and like get to know each other again?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
I think a lot of times we stop ourselves from getting what we want because of fear.
At what point did you find out that he was a trans guy?
She was
It
very
was-
forward about it. I know what the deal is. I've done my research and I'm okay with it.
I wish more cisgender people would do that. Trans guys who are wondering if you'll ever have the good luck of dating a, I should say, attractive cisgender straight woman. Yeah, it happens. Let's see about what's possible with testosterone. And also working out, obviously.
I mean, you work out, you get changes to your body.
So let's see some of them gains.
I get to do this.
You get
Yes.
to do this.
Yay. That's my favorite part of our relationship.
Get out of the frame.
Reason why I don't have nipples is because they were in my armpit all
Right.
the time and they like were these crazy shapes. And I was just like, we're not gonna mess with that. Don't bind too tight. I know you want to have a flat chest and I understand. Make sure you can have fingers, couple fingers go in there and you can twist them around because you could have the bottom half of your lungs collapse. Also happened. And I still have issues with my lungs to this day. You will have complications. Your ribs will move and they won't go back to the correct place.
Sounds like you regret some of that.
I do regret some of that. I had to work to get muscles to grow correctly because it cut off the blood flow in those, which caused
Yeah.
more pain.
What do you like about Jay's body?
His arms were like one of the first things that I noticed other than obviously the eyes.
So you like the gun show.
I do. And he shows them. So all the time.
And sounds like now you're getting prepared for bottom surgery.
Yes, I need a certain letter. I have to get a hysterectomy first and then start the stages of phalloplasty.
What are your hopes for the phalloplasty?
My hopes are to be more comfortable sexually. Starting testosterone and the changes,
Bottom changes
Yes.
for you, right?
clitoral growth, and you get a little peen.
You've even said that you can actually have like penetrative sex with
You
it.
can, it happens. That's great. I feel very comfortable with that change, but it's not enough. At first I was like, I don't really think I need bottom surgery. I'm pretty comfortable with my body. And then as I kind of have gotten older and like had time to really sit and think about it, I'm like, I still have some issues.
I'd like to have you on after you've had your bottom surgery so we can talk a little bit about that and that experience.
100%.
Where do they get the tissue to make the penis?
They can take it from your forearm or the top of your thigh. They kind of check your nerves and they see which skin has more reactive nerves in it, and then that's the one that they use.
And what is the purpose to finding more reactive nerves?
So you can have a more responsive
Penis.
penis.
Okay.
I was gonna say limb for some reason.
Apparently you're planning on being a tripod. When are we planning for the surgery?
That's this year. Hoping by the end of December it'll be done.
So anyway, I hope your stick shift gets implanted that engine and everything goes well.
Standing stable.
Have Ray on as well, and she can talk a little bit about what that experience is like for her. Is there anything else I haven't covered about the changes you experience with testosterone?
I know my hairline kind of moved back a little bit. I stink more.
Yeah, it's a different stink. Let me see something here. Did your skin roughen up?
A little bit.
And you do have chest hair, I can see that.
I do have chest hair, which continues
and
to
goes all the way
grow.
down.
My armpits got way hairier. My dad looked at me one night and he goes, you know you can trim your armpits, right?
Thank you so much for being here and
for having me again.
Talking about this. And if you have any questions for Jay about his bottom surgery or effects of testosterone, please feel free to put them in the comments below. All my social media is down below. And if you have a dime to spare, please consider giving to my Patreon and supporting what I do. And on that note, please like this video by giving it a thumbs up. Please share this video and please subscribe. And see you around interwebs.